All right, so we got Dan G. Hi, Dan. I know Dan. Dan's a good member and volunteer of AFL. He's got a question here. Question for James. What is your advice to conservatives seeking to attract and retain atheist voters within the movement? And I think by movement, he means conservative movement.
Yeah. So, I spend a lot of time in these kind of conservative circles, so I know it kind of rubs me a little bit the wrong way. I extend an unbelievable amount of tolerance sometimes. Um, if you are religious, if you're not religious, it doesn't matter. Like, just talk about conservative things, put forth conservative principles, talk about them in a positive way. I find when conservatives, it's really funny. I go to all these events, and it's, you see the way the conservatives talk on TV, you see the way they talk in public, and then you go to these kind of like donor events where they know it's a safe audience and it's all rah, rah, rah and give us money. And they talk completely differently. And what they talk is beautiful. They talk about principles. It's like, I come away like, maybe I could be conservative. It's like, talk more about that. Talk more about the principles you're behind. I want to extend the advice in both directions. Like, atheists should also be like, if they do the whole thing about God and faith and all of these things, like, that's okay. That's their belief. You don't have to get all pissed about it, and you don't have to make the fight about it right now. But for the conservatives, on the other side of that is, you don't have to start you really believe there's evolution? Don't start those arguments. Those stupid atheism arguments. Or how can you think that you have knowledge if you don't believe in God? Knowledge is rooted in God. That's John 1:1. Shut up. That's very alienating to people to say it's not possible for you to be intelligent or thoughtful because you don't happen to believe this particular religion. Like,
and it's not only alienating to atheists, it's alienating, I would say, the majority of the American population. Evolution has been quite normalized, not only in northern states, not only in blue states, but southern and red states as well. Most most Christians believe in evolution, and the idea that we still have to have that discussion, like we're the SJWs and woke people just in the other direction, that's going to turn a lot of people off when we need as many people in the game right now.
Right. So those old school kind of atheism versus faith arguments, they're just not relevant right now. They're literally not relevant. If you want to discuss it and like you're actually interested, you actually want to have the ontological discussion with somebody, cool. You can sit down, depending on the Christian, get some beer or some root beer and have the conversation. That's fun. But, it's actually kind of annoying to have to answer that over and over and over again. So if the conservative movement wants to be, attract and maintain and retain atheists and atheist voters, one of the best things that they can do is to not have those arguments. I get it. I've had so many conversations with Christians, like, they always matter. That always matters. Your soul's at stake or whatever. Well, you're not helping anything right now. You're actually probably not going to convert an atheist through those discussions anyway. So literally stop.
Entertaining.
If you want to, I'll just tell Christian conservatives, anybody who's watching this, if you want to convert atheists, it's actually not that hard. Just be their friend. Show your principles. Just be their friend. Don't be a pain in the butt about it. Show how your faith is enriching your life, and let people come to the faith rather than beating them over the head with some set of arguments that, most people don't want to have those dialogues. And even if they do, even if you and I, like, let's say that we were across that divide from one another, you're the Christian in this moment, and you're like, well, what about, such and such fossils and what, like, dude, I am so focused right now on how critical race theory is destroying our schools that I literally don't have time for this. The real issue as far as atheism goes, of course, is when you forget that not everybody is going to be all up on your faith. So, extend that. Both sides need to extend a little bit. Let them talk about God. Listen, it's enriching. It really is. It's valuable. Hear them out. Try to understand what they mean by it. And on the other side, don't press it. Don't make it an argument. Who cares? Like, it really doesn't matter. As the old saying goes, let God sort it out.
Yeah, if you believe in God anyways, then God's going to do it. So I think that is a pretty fun and very decent answer.